Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
In the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
A rash of robberies hitting convenience stores, leaving customers and employees in fear. We'll have the latest on the most recent incidents.
The man suspected of trying to corner a woman and rape her is now behind bars, and he's due in court today.
Plus, the 67th annual Bakersfield Christmas Parade went off under clear skies, while the sights and sounds on this Friday, December 6, 2019. Good morning. Great to have you with us this morning. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. I'm still finding glitter on myself from last night on the float.
I came into work today and went, picking off all the glitter. It was so much fun last night.
It was a beautiful night.
It was a beautiful night. It was absolutely perfect. And if you were outside last night in downtown Bakersfield, we were in luck because the temperature was perfect. There was no rain in the forecast.
Clear
it
skies.
just could not have been a better
You promised,
forecast.
Kevin. You delivered.
I delivered, right? So you get an A+ on the week. And now we've got a little bit of clearing that's going to be taking place. You know, yesterday we talked about that one little leg that was going to bring some clouds in yesterday afternoon. So now we'll get a little bit of clearing, and then the next part of this will roll on in late tonight into Saturday, and that is going to bring us some rain. Let's take a look at the temperature, 51 degrees right now. A calm wind for everybody, and as we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast here, we'll look at temperatures to be in the upper 60s this afternoon, so somewhat of a warm day ahead of this next system. 41 degrees in Tehachapi and east-southeast wind at 16, so a little bit of a breeze out there for you. And as we take a look at the temperatures in the Tehachapi area, you can see upper 40s. We'll probably see some lower 50s today as well. We'll talk much more about this weekend forecast in just a little bit, but first, let's send it over to Alex with a check of traffic.
All right, Kev, thanks so much for taking you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 at Airport Drive. And as you can see right there, it's looking pretty clear. And everything else around the county is also looking great to start off your finally Friday. We'll have another check of your commute coming up in about 15 minutes.
Bakersfield police need your help finding a teenager who hasn't been seen in 5 months. Take a good look at her picture. This is 17-year-old Isabel Cabrera. According to BPD, she was last seen July 13th on the 8400 block of Hoodsport Avenue. That's a neighborhood in the Northwest Promenade area. She stands about 5'5", and she was last seen wearing an Adidas hat, black yoga pants, and black Vans shoes. If you know where she is or you've seen her, call BPD at 327-7111.
An accidental overdose is the official cause of death for Priscilla Barrera Smith, the mother whose body was found behind a Bakersfield Burger King last month. Police say a passerby saw Smith's body on the embankment of the canal on 34th and Union. A release by the coroner's office says Smith had acute toxicity from several prescription drugs. Information from the National Library of Medicine shows the drugs are mainly used as antidepressants, but are also used for other problems. Smith leaves behind 4 children and several family members. Last month, we spoke to her family, who remembered Smith as a loving and caring woman. They said she used to deliver toys on her motorcycle in Oildale during Christmas time. You can see that story on our website, KGET.com. Just last week, a man suspected of trying to rob a convenience store was shot and killed. The coroner's office has identified him as Darren Freeman. The deadly confrontation was caught on store security cameras.
That's right. And just this week, there were 3 more armed robberies of convenience stores in East Bakersfield, and it's left customers in fear and store workers considering leaving the business. 17's Taylor Schaub reports.
That was the scene at N&H Market last week. You see the store clerk shoot it out with 3 armed robbers. That man in the black hoodie was killed. These crimes have left customers in fear.
It's scary to think that I could be, getting a couple things that I need and there's a robbery happening.
Young mother Kira White is scared to even leave the house.
They're going to rob you. They're going to do it. It don't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. I really just be scared, being as though I have a daughter and she got to come everywhere with me. They don't even care if you have a child.
It isn't just the customers who are afraid. Store employees and managers quiver at the thought of being left alone late at night. One even describing in detail an incident in which he tried to defend his customer.
Really scared. Even one time I'm stabbed outside. I'm stabbed. Yeah, I'm stabbed. The only thing I asked to the guy, hey, please don't bother to my customer. Don't ask the money. Please to leave. And they stabbed me.
NNH, which has been robbed 6 times in the past 10 years, will now install bulletproof glass to protect its workers, giving all the more reason for customers to say,
Like, it happened at night, so I don't think I'm going to be coming here anymore at night. Really? Yeah, it's not safe. It just makes me feel uncomfortable.
I was Taylor Schaub reporting. A man Bakersfield police say tried to rape a woman in southwest Bakersfield is due in court later today. Officers arrested Byron Willis Wednesday night, just about an hour after they identified him as the suspect. On Tuesday, police say Willis tried to rape a woman inside an apartment on Ming Avenue near Stein Road, but she fought him off. Willis faces felony charges of attempted rape, and false imprisonment.
Police also made an arrest for last month's shooting outside of Smart and Final in East Bakersfield. You may remember shots rang out in the parking lot of the supermarket on Mount Vernon Avenue, not far from Highway 178. BPD says 19-year-old Isaiah Marshall was arrested yesterday on Edgewood Street in East Bakersfield. He's being charged with attempted murder. According to police, Marshall shot someone after the two got into a fight over a parking space at the store.
A fire at a recycling plant sent thick black smoke up into the sky yesterday afternoon, and you may have seen it. You may have seen it yesterday. Look at this. That smoke was high enough for us to spot with the camera on top of our roof. Kern County Fire Department says it happened at a recycling company off Edison Highway. Employees evacuated from nearby buildings. The department says a big pile of scrap metal burned in the fire. KCFD extinguished the fire with help from the Bakersfield Fire Department.
Cases of vaping-related lung injuries have now been reported in every state. According to the latest data from the CDC, there are nearly 2,300 cases in all 50 states. So far, 48 deaths have been confirmed in 25 states and the nation's capital, but more are under investigation.
Were you at the Bakersfield Christmas Parade last night?
And if you weren't, no worries. We have a full recap of the parade coming up in just a few minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Welcome back. Nothing lights up a dark winter night like the sights and sounds of a festive Christmas parade. And that was the theme of the 37th annual Bakersfield Christmas Parade that took over the streets of downtown Bakersfield last night. Folks of all ages braved the cool winter breeze and gathered along the streets of downtown Bakersfield. Take a look.
Mrs. Claus and I would like to wish everyone in Bakersfield a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho!
Out here at the parade is getting to just see everybody out here just having a great time. It's really heart-filling.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Love you all!
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The whole family's here. My mother, my sisters, all.
I've been doing it for 20 years that I've been coming to the parade, so I'm enjoying it a lot.
Merry Christmas to all. Love you.
We're just thankful that there's a Christmas parade for the whole community.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and that package there was put together by photojournalist Juan Corona. We had so much fun last night. Just a beautiful time at the Christmas parade. And last night, as we celebrated Christmas, folks over in Delano are gearing up for their own parade this evening. It's happening at 6. You can line up on Main Street in downtown Delano. Telemundo's Jose and Norma Gaspar will be the MCs for the parade. You don't want to miss it. And if you want to see a list of all of the other parades happening this month, there are quite a few. Head on to our website, KGET.com, and click on the hot link icon.
All right, now to an update on the Wreaths Across America project. The local chapter of the Civil Air Patrol says it has met its goal of laying a wreath on every headstone at the Bakersfield National Cemetery. And that is thanks to your donations. The group now needs volunteers for its December 14th event to place the wreaths on the graves. You can help by showing up to the ceremony at 9 a.m. at the National Cemetery in Arvin, or register online, 9 a.m. tomorrow. And you can find a link on our website, KGET.com. So it's just great to hear that they made their goal. You know, at first, a couple days ago, they said that they were struggling to meet their goal. And it's great to know that every single headstone is going to have a wreath for Christmas.
It's going to be a beautiful time out there next weekend. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want Apple to know where you go?
Well, if that's so, the company has a message about your privacy concerns.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. If you have privacy concerns about your iPhone, Apple says its phones do not track users if the location function is turned off. Earlier this week, a security reporter said the new iPhone 11 Pro was seeking a user's location even when the service was disabled. Apple denies this, saying the activity was related to its new ultra-wideband technology. According to a statement from Apple, the tech is in an industry standard that's subject to international regulations that require it to be off in certain locations. Because of that, the newest iPhones need to check to see if they're being used in countries where Apple has not yet received approval to launch ultra-wideband. That's why the arrow location indicator sometimes appears in the upper menu of newer iPhones. Apple said it plans to release a new iOS update that will include an option to disable the technology.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is working to strip key legal protections on content published by tech companies. Silicon Valley wants the protections covered under Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, including in the Trump administration's trade deal with Mexico and Canada. That legislation limits the liability of tech companies for content users publish on their platforms. Pelosi says not only are there questions about expanding protections across U.S. borders, their days may be numbered at home. Congress is considering whether internet companies should take on more liability for content on their platforms. Some lawmakers say those protections should be stripped from companies that fail to meet government standards for political neutrality. Tech activists argue expanding protections overseas would give people across the world the ability to share thoughts and ideas without government intervention. Well, it's beginning to look a lot more like Christmas across California. In fact, yesterday, California Governor Gavin Newsom and his wife lit the Capitol Christmas tree with the help of a 10-year-old girl who has Down syndrome. The Newsoms lit approximately 10,000 LED lights on the more than 66-foot tall white fir. The tree was harvested from the Latour Demonstration State Forest near Redding. The California Department of Developmental Services and the San Andreas Regional Center chose Lemus to represent the more than 340,000 Californians who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. The tree has more than 500 handcrafted ornaments made by kids and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The governor's office said this year's ceremony highlighted the state's cultural diversity and spirit of inclusion.
Looks beautiful. Well, $15,000 worth of stolen Christmas lights are now back with their rightful owner. Officials in Discovery Bay say the lights were stolen last month. Discovery Bay is about 60 miles south of Sacramento. The LED lights were stolen in late November from the main entrance to the town. The town manager said the lights were dropped off anonymously at City Hall yesterday. City officials hope to have them back up very soon.
525 now, a man accused of stealing a package from the porch of a residence in southwest Bakersfield'S behind bars. The theft, which was captured on video surveillance, happened on Oxford Hills Drive, just east of the Kaiser Permanente Sports Complex. BPD says the porch theft was linked to additional packages being stolen in the neighborhood. Yesterday, Bakersfield police arrested 34-year-old Angel Ortiz. He was in possession of several of the items that were taken. Ortiz has been booked on suspicion of theft and possession of stolen property. Bakersfield police have some tips to keep your delivery safe this holiday season. If you order online, you can sign up for delivery alerts with the retailer to know when your package was dropped off. You can also sign up for informed delivery if you're using the U.S. Postal Service. Ask a neighbor you trust or a friend to pick up the package if you won't be home. And if it's possible, require a signature for all of those deliveries or consider shipping packages to your workplace instead.
And I have to say, one thing that I've noticed, especially with for this time of year, a lot of security doorbells with a little video device on it are on sale. So if you've been kind of thinking about maybe getting that for your home, if you can afford it, that might be another option just to keep safe, know when your packages have arrived, and get those alerts into your phone. So it's, it's that time of season where a lot of packages are going not just to your home, but a lot of businesses and other homes. And it's something to keep in mind that you got to keep it safe.
Yeah, our delivery drivers are working hard.
They're working very hard, especially during this time of year.